Hey, what's up, guys? So, today we're going to talk about Helldivers, and I'm sure you know what that means. We're talking about the bugs, not, those bugs, not the oil ones. We're talking about the real bugs that this game has, the crashing that I've personally experienced. And apparently, I've just heard that people, lose their graphics cards and even, their SSDs, which is insane because I didn't think it can get that bad, But I mean, from my personal experience, I can definitely agree. The game is it's pretty cooked when it comes to the performance. Even though I don't really deal with the issue as much, in terms of crashing, I'll probably crash every I couldn't even tell you, probably fifth campaign into the game, or I used to have it, but when I would stream. I mean, not to jinx myself, but I used to be able to where I stream, right, and then I'd launch the game and immediately, without fail, same time as always, it would just crash, right? It would just freeze, should I say? And as it froze, I'm like, oh, okay, it's just gonna probably crash the desktop or freeze, and then I would have to drag the window out, drag it out, and then delete it. From taskbar. Simple. But no, it would just fucking freeze the PC. Obviously when I'm streaming, so I would check on my mobile and it would say, oh yeah, stream not working, right? Whoops. And I would have to manually restart my fucking computer. Mind you, I have a 4070, okay? It shouldn't be doing this, honestly. I don't get too upset over it. Although it does kind of bum me out because I'm like, bro, I just started. What are we doing here, right? But what really ticked me off was having back-to-back crashing. This was really when the Unjust update came out. And it was fun, don't get me wrong. I fucking loved it. Hive Lord, a little too overpowered, but that's fine because it's a fucking Hive Lord. But, even with this motherfucker, he would break the game. I mean, it's funny because it's okay, it's at the end of the day, it's funny as hell, but it's kind of annoying when you're trying to get shit done. We were on the last mission, and thank God that Arrowhead fucking added the ability to where you are able to add progress for each mission you do instead of the whole campaign. Because I would have probably quit by then. But the Hive Lord dug into the ground, right? This was the analyze for research or something, analyze the data, and he dug into the ground. So the data where you type everything in, it was gone. It just didn't exist anymore. Bro either ate it or just shoved it so far into the ground that it was just impossible to get ever again. But we were just sitting there, just twiddling our thumbs, messing around, and all that crap. It was funny. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just bro, we got to start a whole new campaign, and it just bums everybody else out. But it's funny, it's kind of that weird mixture where it's ha, it's funny because it could do that, but it's bro, what the fuck? We're trying to get shit done. We're trying to have fun, and now this shit it's just breaking it every mission. And I mean every mission we played, it was just back to back Hive Lord breaking everything, even things we didn't think it could break, the mutant larvae. He ate that. Bro just ate that shit. He either ate it or threw it across the map to where it just disappeared. Because we just we just went around the whole map and it was never found again. But yeah, I mean, I'm a prominent Helldivers 2 player. I'll occasionally, every time I stream the game, I'll post in the Discord. You probably have seen me once or twice a day asking for people to dive. Usually we'll have a long group of people just staying along the campaigns. But I'm a day one, and I love this game a lot for what it is. Although I do hate how bad the game performs. And like I said, besides those performances that I've dealt with, I don't really have any other issue with Helldivers. I haven't had, my PC break, obviously. I don't like lag whenever shit happens. Although it will break. How do I say it? Oh, back then when that bug was fun bug that we like to call, where you could just spam the stratagems. That was funny as shit. And it crashed. I hated it, but it was hilarious. I didn't care about. But that's the only time I would ever get that bad, obviously, because it's a lot of stratagems getting spammed. As for the bugs, I mean, I don't know. It's do we consider it a bug? Getting ragdolled every second from little like little shit. You know, it's like, it's crazy that I can get blown off a ledge, hit the ground on my head, not die, but the little rock that I hit from getting ragdolled from another missile, you know, and I move like an inch away, that kills me. You know what I'm saying? So that part just bothers me. You know, I wish stuff like that would get, you know, kind of fixed or like a little bit retouched, you know, that way if I don't just die from the rock, I just die from impact, from hitting the ground on my fucking head. You know, I'd take that. That'd be hilarious. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, with the drama from this community, I haven't personally heard anything. Ooh, look at that. Yeah, I'm not really much into the drama with the community. I mean, the only drama I can say out loud, I don't want to point names either. I don't, because like at the end of the day, it's their hustle, right? And it's whatever. But I really, 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 really hate the creators that post like, oh, new space station, right? New space station leaked, updated. On top of that, 5th faction announced. Yeah, we're just gonna skip the 4th one. We're going to 5 factions now. What? Oh, new Warbond Space Marine just leaked. Watch now. Devs say what about game? Devs want to quit. You know, like that's what I mean. Like all that shit. I do know there's other creators out there that post genuine stuff, you know, that isn't clickbait or whatever, and I appreciate those. But unfortunately, from every time I've searched, you know, for Helldivers, it would just be all that spam. I'm even one person to be like, I don't even like the tier list. But that's just a personal preference. I have watched tier lists before, but those are good. I mean, I'm personally not going to quit the game. And that's probably like really biased. Like, oh, because I haven't had any bad problems as much as everybody else where their graphics card would explode or some shit like that. And that's not to say like, I mean, obviously I don't want that to happen, right? I don't think anybody wants their fucking PC or console, I don't know if it's happened on console, to explode because of a fucking game. You know, like I said, I really love the game. I love playing it. I love supporting it. This is really like, this is one of the most supported games for me, because I don't think I've ever put, I mean, I don't put a lot of money into the game, right? But if there is a Warbond I really want, I'll buy it, right? But I do play the game enough to pay for the next Warbond and, you know, much more, right? Even for stuff I wouldn't care about, you know, like me personally, I don't care about the Halo Warbond, right? Like at all. And not because, oh, it's shit, you know, like, I mean, I don't like Halo, you know, I'm sorry to be that guy, but I just didn't care. But I still got it because, like I said, I support the game and I support, you know, the devs, right? You know, whether that be, or should I say, you know, whether or not they're making the Warbond, you know, exciting or not, you know, I don't know. Not to say I would buy like a really shitty one, but I mean, there's a lot of people saying different Warbonds are shitty. My least favorite is Chemical Agents. I was expecting a little bit more chemicals, if you know what I mean. I mean, yeah, I don't know. It's a really weird topic, you know, overall. But you know, at the end of the day, you know, I really love the game. I love the community. It's one of those communities where I actually have a genuine good time, you know, interacting with, especially in game. Obviously, in game, it's always going to be top tier with everybody with their microphone. And if they don't have a microphone, that's fine. Even communicating through text is cool. But I haven't met any toxic people yet. You know, I'm sure there's a lot out there. But yeah, at the end of the day, I will be here still playing the game. Even if it breaks the computer, I mean, yeah, that would suck. And if I can get that fixed down the road, I'd still probably play the game, but it's just more of like you know, kind of dumb, because it's like, yeah, I'm gonna keep playing a game even though I know it might break. But like I said, it's one of those games that I really enjoy. I don't know how to really describe it. It's just the type of game, you know, the type of game that it is what I wish other games that I've played were, you know, like for instance, Space Marine. I wish Space Marine was more like Helldivers in a sense of like, I mean, yeah, you could, you know, you just drop down and it's like this massive war, you know, in a sense it is. But I'm talking about like in the way of Helldivers, you know, kind of like the same mechanics, all of that shit. Even for Star Wars, I'd pay lots of money to have a Star Wars game like Helldivers. But yeah, that's my random ass talking about Helldivers and what's going on the past few days. And this is my first ever video for Helldivers, which the next one will be for Liberty Day. So, you know, pay attention to that. Ow. Sorry. Pay attention to that if you care for Liberty Day. Hope you guys enjoyed this little talk, and I'll see you on the front lines. Peace!